Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Guide Dental. This is Dr. Saib Singh. So the subject for today's video is going to be orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics. This is the third part or the final part or the last part of the subject. Whatever topics I'll be mentioning in the video are also mentioned in my blog by the name of Guide Dental. So starting with the first topic, that is preventive and interceptive orthodontics. Here you need to know the definition of preventive orthodontics given by Graeber, the list or names of preventive procedures in orthodontics. The preventive procedures which need to be studied are parental education, maintenance of quadrant-wise tooth shedding timetable, occlusal equilibration, management of abnormal premolar attachments, management of deeply locked first molars. An MCQ which is very frequently asked in your exams is Milwaukee braces are the ones used for scoliosis surgery patients. Then definition of interceptive orthodontics you need to know, and only the names of procedures under interceptive orthodontics. The serial extraction topic is very important. In serial extraction you need to know definition of serial extraction, the history you just need to know 2 points, that is Jelgren first used the term serial extraction and Hotz Hotz termed it active supervision of teeth by extraction. So only these 2 points in history of serial extraction. Then principles of serial extraction, study under arch length tooth material discrepancy and physiological tooth movement. Indications, contraindications, advantages and disadvantages of serial extraction, only 3 to 4 points under each of these. Dual, Tweed and Nance method of serial extraction, and there's a mnemonic, you have to study this in detail, but there's a mnemonic to remember the basic sequence of extraction of teeth, that is dual is CD4, C stands for canine, D is for primary first molar, and 4 is the first permanent premolar. Similarly, Tweed is DC4 and Nance is D and C4. That the difference between Tweed and Nance is, in Tweed D, C and 4 are extracted separately in intervals, but in Nance D is extracted first and C and 4 are extracted together. The next chapter is extraction and orthodontics. So the general indications of extraction and orthodontics you need to know. What you need to study in detail is extraction of first premolar, second premolar, first molar and second molar. Mainly focus only on the indications, in what case these teeth are extracted. The most commonly extracted tooth in orthodontics for a clinical knowledge you should know as a dentist are first premolar and second premolar. Wilkinson's extraction, you need to know the technique, advantages and disadvantages. It might be asked as a short note or a viva question also. The next chapter is space gaining in orthodontics. Over here you need to know the indications of space gaining or regaining in orthodontics, any 3 to 4 points. Names of the methods of space gaining, proximal stripping or reproximation or disking or slenderization, you need to know the technique, amount of proximal stripping. Just basic you should know that it should not be more than 50% of the enamel thickness. Then the indications, contraindication, advantages and disadvantages of proximal stripping. In distalization of molars, you need to know the indications and only 4 to 5 names of extraoral and intraoral appliances used for the same. The difference between rotated anterior teeth versus rotated posterior teeth is very important. There's a table given in Fulari. Fulari is a book for orthodontics, so you can study from there. And all the points under this table have to be studied. The next chapter is arch expansion. So here you need to know the indications and contraindications of RME, that is rapid maxillary expansion, any 3 to 4 points each. Effects of RME on the maxillofacial structures, that has to be studied in detail. Classification of removable and fixed RME appliances with any 2 examples in each. Typical expansion screw has to be done in detail with diagram. Do mention about the activation schedule given by TIM, TIMM. Slow maxillary expansion, you need to know the names of any 2 removable and fixed appliances used for slow maxillary expansion, coffin spring and quad helix appliance in detail with diagrams. And the difference table between RME, that is rapid maxillary expansion, and slow maxillary expansion. This difference table is very common. It will be given in almost all the books of orthodontics, so you can study from there. In Fulari and Balaji, it is definitely given. I am just telling you the 2 names of the books where it is definitely given. The next chapter is myofunctional appliances. Here you need to know the definition of myofunctional appliances, classification of myofunctional appliances in detail, with at least one example of an appliance in each, advantages and disadvantages of myofunctional appliances, visual treatment objectives, that is VTO, the concept you should know only for Viva, that's it. Activator, you need to know in detail, that is indications, contraindications, mode of action in brief 2 to 3 points, trimming of activator and modifications of activator. Modifications, just the names you can do, that's it. The next important topic is Frankel's functional regulator, or FR appliance. This is very very important, most commonly asked as a long note. So you should know the classification, indications, Frankel's philosophy or pillars of Frankel's regulator, that is the names of the principles. You should know the periosteal pull is the core of Frankel's philosophy, so that has to be studied in detail. The rest of the philosophies, only the names are to be done. In FR regulator or FR appliance, FR2 appliance is the one that has to be studied in detail. So you should be knowing, or you should learn a well labeled diagram of the appliance with function of each component in the diagram, that is upper labial wire, canine extension wire, maxillary lingual wire, crossover wire, lower labial wire, buccal shield and lip pad. Only the functions, that's it. Then the treatment effects, time that is late mixed dentation, and duration 18 to 24 months of treatment and home care instruction. This is all related to your FR2 appliance. Now next, Herbst, Jasper jumper and twin block appliance, these are mostly asked as short notes. So you should know the design, that is a diagram, and any two indications, advantages and disadvantages. One or two are more than enough, but the design of diagram is more important. The next chapter is orthopedic appliances. So you should know the basis of an orthopedic appliance, that is age of the patient, amount, duration, time, direction of force. That has to be done in brief, 2 points each. Basically just should know the concept and the values if applicable. This is asked in a Viva. Now the topic in orthopedic appliances is headgear. In headgear you need to know the component parts, that is force delivering unit, phase bow, force generating unit and anchor unit, only the functions and a diagram, that's it. Principle of headgear, study under center of resistance of dentition and maxilla. Types of headgear based on anchorage, so study the point of anchorage, any true treatment effects or outcome and the indications. The next topic is face mask or reverse pull headgear. Here you need to know the indications and effects on maxilla and mandible. Sites of anchorage, only the names. Frequency, that is 12 to 14 hours a day. This is common to almost all the orthopedic appliances. And duration 8 to 12 months. This is again common to all the orthopedic appliances. Parts and type of face mask, only the names with diagram. Chin cup you need to know that it was given by Oppenheim. Oppenheim is the name of the scientist. Components, only the names with the diagram. Indications and effects on maxilla and mandible of a chin cup. And the types of chin cup, occipital and vertical pull. In these you need to know the site of anchorage and any one indication. You should know, very very important, occipital chin cup is the most commonly used and is the most practical of all the chin cups. So this is the end for the third part, or the end of the subject of orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics. If you found this video to be useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Guide Dental for further updates. Thank you so much.